Hey everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bunch podcast, episode number 43. Today, with me, your host, Belfour. Today I have Becky.
Hello.
Returning from last week. I also have Jazzie.
Woo! Yeah!
And Buddy.
Hello there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So seductive. So this week, we're going to talk about a few subjects, but considering that Jazzie is a new guest on the show, Jazzie, how do I know you? What is our past?
Our past. We used to... No. That never happened.
No, absolutely.
I believe we met through your brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
Honestly, now that I think about it, I can't really remember the exact moment that I met you.
Yeah.
And I feel really bad about that.
I think it was like when we were all... Like, we used to hang out a lot at Stephanie's and stuff like that.
That's what it was. It was Stephanie's. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, I think that's when we started, like, getting to know each other.
Yeah, hanging out a
and
little bit more.
everything, yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah. Yeah, she is one of my brother's roommates. So I see Jasmine a lot more than I used to. Which is awesome, because Jasmine's a lot of fun. She's a very creative person. Tell everyone kind of, like, creatively what kind of stuff you do.
Creatively, I just really like to make stuff. I haven't done it in a while, but I do some cosplays and everything like that. Previous cosplays I've done Powerline from the Goofy movie.
Oh, nice. That was pretty dope. That was really, really cool.
Made it to where the
Love the
sleeves
Goofy
and the
movie.
legs come off.
Yeah, that
Since
was
I was
really
playing
awesome.
Rocky. Yeah.
Oh, that's something you can talk about. So, I know we've had my brother on before, but tell us about your experience with the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
My experience has been good. It's a fun time. Definitely got to meet a lot of new people that I never would have probably met without it. So, we just had a show last night. That was interesting.
It was definitely interesting.
It was like a reunion show, so a bunch of old cast members basically volunteered auditions for parts. So, it was cool.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It was really cool seeing some veteran cast members perform, and that was really, really cool to see how on beat those guys are. It's insane. Like after so long them not playing, it's like holy shit, they have a love for the show. But yeah, no. So going back to your cosplay, you made a one of the Ghostbuster proton packs, right?
Yeah, I made one of the proton packs out of just foam, a cake pan, and some PVC pipes.
See, there you go. That's all you
That
need.
is
That's
creative. Wow.
all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know, like when it comes to practical effects and stuff, things don't look, or things aren't what they appear to be in movies. There's a lot of really, really cool things that you can make for super cheap. I recommend looking up a couple of like DIY, either like Ghostbuster stuff or even I can't even think off the top of my head right now. Anyway, it's a lot easier than you think it is. It's a lot cheaper than you think it is too. So.
Yeah, definitely. Just need to watch a lot of DIYs.
Yeah.
Videos, and
Literally
then that
do
helps
anything.
you out. That's what I do a lot. It's just watch YouTube videos of people
Tutorials
making
for
shit.
days, man. Tutorials for days. Because right now I'm in the process of making my cosplay for Tucson Comic Con, which is my Guardian from Destiny right now. So doing like armor stuff and armor prep and getting like the scale, like scaling the blueprints and everything. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely a lot of fun. So, yeah. So that's Jazzie. She's cool.
Yeah.
She's earthy. She's a sports fan too. Actually, who's your favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team? The Patriots. And U of A softball.
I gotta go.
All right, buddy. Well, what about you? How do I know you? What is our affiliation?
It was a cold, crisp morning in August. No, I'm kidding. No,
When did I move to fucking Southgate? I'm trying to think if it was in August.
It was. All I remember is I was.
No, I moved in October because it was right after. November because it was right after Halloween.
Yeah, I was a sophomore, I think, when I met you.
No, because I was a sophomore. You were a freshman.
Oh, Fred. Oh, yeah.
You had to be a freshman.
Wait, you went to Desert View too?
No.
No.
So, you were gone by then. I had there was like a really bad event that I had gone through at
Okay.
school, and I moved from Desert View to Southgate.
Oh.
Yeah. That was a thing.
That was your dark side?
That was
Dark
wasn't my.
past?
I mean, yeah, it was rough. I mean, if you guys knew me back then, it was a rough time. Ugh.
Oof.
Yeah, memories. Anyway, that's how I know. That's how I know Buddy. I ended up moving to a different high school for
A year.
maybe a little less than a year.
Well, give or take.
Yeah, because I went in mid sophomore and I left half of junior.
Yeah.
So, yeah, almost there.
I mean, I don't know what else. It was just. It's not like, it was just one of those things where I don't even know how it happened either. I think that's the.
I think it was Mr. Phillips.
It was either.
It had to be Phillips.
It was either Phillips or Campbell.
It was one of them.
One of the two.
Actually, no, I had a feeling it had to be
have been
Phillips. It had to be Phillips just because I already had a connection to Phillips when I was younger anyway.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Phillips, who was our high school math teacher, was my 6th grade math teacher.
What?
It was either 6th grade or 7th grade. So like I had him prior to that. So it was just interesting yeah. So I already had a connection to him in the past. So that's why I was hanging out with him because one, he's an awesome teacher.
He is.
That man is crazy smart and deserves all the praise in the world. But yeah, no. So you and I, we did a couple of music stuff at school for a while, and then we just found our love of gaming as well. So
it was yeah. After you left, it was kind of after that we just dropped. It was one of those things where it went completely silent after that. I stumbled upon you on Twitch. That's how I found you again.
That was when I first started too, right?
Yeah, you were doing Quake, I think, at the time.
Oh my god, that was a long time ago.
You were doing Quake when I found you again. I was like, you look oddly familiar. And then when I saw your face, or at least I saw your face or heard you, was like, holy shit! And then it just went from there. Yeah,
yeah. And since then, Buddy's been on like all of our projects. He's done a bunch of stuff in our video game stuff.
Yep. He's
been a long time guest on the podcast. It's awesome that you even do a couple of Twitch streams every once in a while. I know it's been a while, but like that's how you started doing Twitch and stuff like that. It's just a matter of whether or not I'm going to go back into it again. Yeah, I mean it's very tiring. It's a lot of work. I know a lot of people think it's fucking easy, but man, it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I think I have to I'm gonna see if I can try to upgrade my PC so I can do more.
Yeah,
stuff.
You definitely need to upgrade your PC. Your PC hurts my soul. Half of the stuff is equipment, man. So.
You can at least give me a little slack since I got an Xbox, okay?
That is true. I'm so happy you got an Xbox, and I'm so happy you got Destiny as well, because that game is so much fun.
It is.
Is it?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
You should play it.
Maybe.
I think you might like it. I don't know what games you're into, but I think you might like it.
Well, I mean, I was playing Saints Row that one time, I think.
That is true.
And that's like my favorite type of games.
Like open world, sandboxy
a little bit,
type
yeah,
of things.
yeah. So like Saints Row and then like Fallout, those are kind of like my favorite ones.
Have you gotten to GTA?
Not really. I think the last one I played was friggin' San Andreas.
Oh my god, is that 3?
No. I have no idea, but I know it's old.
It's like after 3, and then it's before 4.
That's like the in-between?
What? There was an in-between game?
Yeah, there was GTA 1, 2, and 3, then it was San Andreas, and then it went to 4.
What?
Didn't they...
I thought...
Isn't there Vice City?
Or Vice City somewhere in there. But I'm just
I thought Vice City was 2. I could have sworn that GTA has, like, subtitles.
I think they do. They do have subtitles.
Vice City was, like, the one. All I remember is the first one was, like, an overhead.
Yeah, the first one was weird. The second one was the one with that coffee shop mod.
That's San Andreas.
Is it San Andreas?
Yeah, that's why I love that because it's so hilarious.
It's so dumb.
It is, but it's so boxy.
All the polygons. What was that? PlayStation 1, right?
2.
PlayStation 2. Wow, even PlayStation 2 had really polygonal things. And now we're here. But so the reason why I asked these particular folks to be on this week's podcast is we have something in common other than video games and such. Actually, I don't know if Becky plays video games.
Nintendo stuff is pretty much it.
That's okay. Actually, my brother's a huge Nintendo fan, and he and I are going to be doing this stuff. Yeah. But no. All of us are under the umbrella of the LGBT community. In some sort of fashion. So, buddy, would you like to talk a little bit about
Your story. Yeah.
Just the motion of that, I was like, I don't know if
He's just trying to slip it right in.
I just,
He gave you your spotlight, and we're all staring at you
Oh,
now.
God. I don't know what you want me to specifically talk about, like what my own.
well, so like, what do you identify as?
I guess my identification would just be a dude who's pansexual.
Okay.
Even then, I still get jokes about that. It's tiring.
So what kind of jokes do you get because of that?
Because the word pan is in pansexual. It's like, oh, do you screw pans? Like home appliances and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, skillets are my favorite.
The non-stick ones.
That's awesome.
Just need a stick of butter and we're good to go.
So in case there are any people who don't understand what pansexuality is, do you mind explaining a little bit?
Pansexuality is of more of a connection of the person rather than gender or sexual orientation.
So more of an emotional connection rather than the physical aspects.
Yeah.
Of it. See, that's really cool. I can appreciate that. I'm too much of a horn dog to
We all know this.
wield that, but
Yes.
but that's awesome. All right, so that's what you are. And Jazzie, what about you?
I like the girls. I definitely go more toward the ladies for sure in my life.
So, what do you yourself identify yourself as?
Me myself, I usually just go by lesbian. Really. Yeah, that's it.
That's right. No, I get that. Girls are cool, man.
Yes, they are.
All right, Becky, what about you? What do you identify
I
as?
am bisexual. I find men attractive and I find women attractive. But what is attractive to me is intelligence. So I am solely basing how I feel about you off of how intelligent or intellectual you are in a conversation.
I very similar.
Mm-hmm.
I am a very similar individual as yourself.
Yeah. So.
Woo!
There's
All right.
that.
More for the brains.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's always the way I've been. And I know this is going to sound really, really bad. And I'm going to kick myself in the ass for saying this.
We're sitting. Go ahead.
It's really easy to get laid because of how easy it is to manipulate someone who isn't as smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
And I'm not saying that as someone who likes doing it. I'm just saying it as something that is easy, and it's the reason why, for me, my relationships have to be with someone who challenges me intellectually.
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason why me and Lauren are so good together, because we do challenge each other mentally, and it's fucking awesome. It's really cool to have conversations where I don't know if I'm right, and then I turn out to be wrong, and I'm like, damn it, I have to admit that I'm wrong. It's really fun. It's frustrating. It's really fun.
It's like, how can I be wrong? No.
What the fuck were we
Going
doing?
back to you, Becky.
Yes. Okay. So I identify as a bisexual. I find both men and women attractive. Though it's weird because I used to find more men attractive, but now, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing for me because, one, I don't like muscular guys. I like
the twinks.
No. I don't like
Otters?
twinks either. I like the middle ground of, like, not chubby.
Dad bod.
No, because
No,
even
like-
dad bod is weird
Like,
to me.
Dad bod?
I'm not a dad bod guy. Oh no, I guess for me, like, dad bod is like beer belly.
You're thinking,
No, I'm thinking more like Josh. You've seen Josh.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. Okay, yeah. So I guess more dad body ish, where it's like
On the thinner side.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's more of like I want a dude who's like not super muscular, but like at least
like femboyish in a way.
no, not femboyish, but like someone who someone I know who can lift like 70 pounds with ease, but
Okay.
still not like I'm a muscle man.
Someone who can't lay their arm flat against their side. Because their muscles are too
Oh,
big.
right, that's the thing that happens, right? Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
so their arms are always like sticking
Yeah,
out.
they're like, I'm a cardio. I don't know, to me...
So like an
it's-
average Joe type.
Yeah,
body.
like an average guy, yeah. I'm just like, alright,
Yeah.
see, I'm down for that. And I guess it's more of because I don't know, most guys that I know who have a really tight, muscly figure are kind of douchebags.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, everyone's their own thing, but that's kind of what I gravitate towards. But Becky, something that you and I have similarities of is
we are polyamorous.
Oh, not me and her together,
No,
just
no.
separately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way to lead them on, guys.
Viewers are like, oh, damn it. What do I tune in for this shit for?
Sorry.
Yeah, so when did you realize that you were?
Okay, so I was in a serious relationship with a male for 5 years, almost 6 years now.
Wow.
We recently parted ways, but it's not like we're not talking to each other. We're not still dating or, we're going back to the dating part. Mostly because I feel like I need to grow in this knowledge that I have now, or this open relationship, I guess.
Revelation of yourself?
Yeah. But I was always in an open relationship with him, which is, what I asked for. And we had agreed or had a conversation about me not only being in a relationship with him, but maybe being in a relationship with a woman as well. Not together, but me off on my own with a woman.
And that's just one of the variants under the polyamory umbrella that's there. There's different types of practices based on what fits your relationship needs as individuals.
Yeah. So I went into talking to him about it because I'm a very loving person, and I love him very, very much, but I had more love to give. So it wasn't only something that I shared with him, it's something that I wanted to share with somebody else too. So right now I'm just exploring.
And that's pretty cool. I mean, and you actually put it really well, is you're someone who has a lot to give in terms of love, and that's always something that I've had many years struggling with. And it's the reason why my past relationships have never worked out, is because, one, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. But it's also because I love people, and I love to love people, and it's hard when someone doesn't understand that you love them, but you have more love to give in a different way. And I struggled with that for a very long time, until probably like 3 years ago, when I finally realized that there wasn't necessarily something wrong with me. I'm just different in a different way that isn't typically normal as society standards go. But it's the reason why Lauren and I work so well, is because, one, we have to communicate since she lives in a different country.
Yeah.
And because of that, any relationship requires great communication. And before we started dating, I told her that I'm a person who just loves other people, and it's something that is going to happen. Don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So going into the relationship, we already had a discussion about it, and once we started dating and talking about it more, then things kind of prosper in a better way. Mm-hmm.
See, I went into the relationship not being open.
Yeah, and
it being an open-ended relationship. And then as time went on, it was a discussion that we had. And you also have to give props to the other person who is understanding enough and loves you enough to let you love someone else just as much.
Yeah, that is a huge thing that I know even people in our situation may not take into consideration, is that their feelings, we're not them. And as someone who may perceive just wanting to be with one person, you need to give those people all the praise in the world for being understanding to something that may be completely foreign to them. That they have no idea why you are the way you are, but they still love you for being who you are. I think that's a very big point to cover.
Yeah, I was going to ask, in your guys' relationships, mm-hmm. Is it just you guys that are polyamorous?
Yes.
Or is your partner
Yes, I mean,
It's just me.
I've told her many times if she wants to explore that, that I encourage her to, because for me, I don't want it to just be one sided. But if there's any time where there is someone who wants to be involved, or she wants to be involved with, then it's something that we'll talk about. We haven't come up to that yet, but I hope one day we will. But again, it goes back to the individual being who they are. It just might not be something that she would be interested in ever.
For me, I'm not comfortable with that yet because I'm barely becoming comfortable with it for myself.
Okay.
But he already knows that, so it's not something that's a surprise to him. But if he does find someone that he does want to spend time with or give attention to, it's something that we would definitely talk about when the moment comes. But right now, it's a no-go for me because I'm still trying to figure myself out with it.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. And since we were talking about this for a little bit, Lauren actually sent me a website. I think it was Lauren. Someone sent me a website. Maybe it was you, actually. Actually, I can't remember. It's morethan2.com.
It wasn't me.
Okay,
No.
So then it was Lauren. It's because I was having a conversation about it. I think it was right after the podcast, which is the reason why I thought it was you. But yeah, if you guys are curious about information or articles pertaining to polyamory or the lifestyle, go check out morethan2.com. That's then with an A and two as in two, the number 2. Go check it out. That's the little plug-in for that.
I was like,
Jasmine's like, oh, I understand
more
now.
than 2. Got it.
But Jasmine, your team this past week in football.
Oh, that was horrible. Horrible. I don't want to talk about it.
No?
Hard
Okay,
pill.
yeah, right, there we
It's a
go.
hard pill to swallow, isn't it?
I want to know, like, coming out stories.
Oh, yeah,
I'd
we
like
can
to
do
know that.
Yeah. Want to do round table?
Sure.
Starting with,
Me?
I guess, I'm looking at you.
Just stare at me. Well, mine was kind of weird to begin with, because it was one of those things where I didn't know how to feel about it. At first I thought, well, maybe I'm gay or bisexual in just certain aspects when I looked at it. But I don't know. It's just certain things that, after doing research on other things and just hearing other people's experience, like, okay, maybe this is one of those things where, it sounds horrible to say it, where connecting with it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was driving with my mother trying to tell her this. And, oh boy, I said it the best that I could, but I know there's still certain things she doesn't understand, which is fair. Which is fair. She gave me her 2 cents, and it just kind of dropped from there. So.
Was it how did you feel after that?
It was mixed. At first, I was indifferent about it because I know how she is, and she's been open with me since I was able to speak and everything, and so I was hoping maybe telling her this will just maybe open her mind a little more, or just take things into considerations with what other people say in the family instead of it just being like a stigma sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so after that was done, I felt okay with it, and she doesn't think of me anything different. So,
and that's love. That's love.
That's good. So it was kind of on the better end of reactions that you could probably get.
Yeah, I was really
could have been a lot worse.
I was honestly expecting like her to just say other things, but
Hey, I mean, at least she didn't.
Yeah,
it's true. So.
What about you, Jasmine? How did that encounter go?
My coming out? Well, if I think back on it, I only actually really came out to one person in my family, and that was my mom. Mm-hmm. And that's when I first started, like, dating this girl in high school. And, well, it was a few months already into the relationship. I was like, alright, it's about time I need to tell my mom this. So I told my mom, I was like, hey, I have to talk to you. Started talking to her, and I told her that I was dating a girl. And everything, that I'm lesbian. She definitely didn't take it well at first. She started bawling her eyes out, crying, and stuff like that. And then it took a while for her to finally kind of accept it. Whenever she would see me with my girlfriend at the time, she would just like start bawling even more.
Oh no. That's rough, man.
Yeah, so I had that going on at the beginning, but it definitely got better. She's way more accepting of it now.
That's awesome.
So that's cool. I had her tell my dad though for me.
Hey, that's totally
That's
fair.
normally
That's
how
totally
it
fair.
works. Yeah.
Because they had a trip to Mexico. So I was like, oh, she can tell him there. He'll be in Mexico partying, being happy. It won't be that bad.
That's a perfect way to do it, though.
Yeah, but see, I was more scared of his reaction. Because when I was growing up, he would say some homophobic things sometimes and everything like that. So that was the one I was scared of telling. But my dad was just whatever. My mom was the one that had a reaction to
Oh, wow,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because to her, she was like, it's something new to her. She's never had really experiences of it.
Yeah.
Of knowing a gay person
knowing
or anything
people,
like that. So to have her only daughter like girls, she was just really bummed out about that. She was worried that she wouldn't be getting any grandkids from me and stuff like that.
I mean, but yeah, brothers, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, they always ask her, like, what color do you want?
they're like, we got you, Ma. It's all good.
But I mean, like, with technology nowadays, you could easily have a baby that's like part of you.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
blood and stuff like that. So.
Absolutely. Granted, it does cost a lot of money, but the option is still there.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so there was like worried about that, and then the whole, what's the family gonna think, or like what are people gonna think about this? Because I came out around 2008.
Oh, wow.
2009, so it was definitely less known back then.
Yeah, which is it's really weird to think about it too, because I know so many of my friends who are under the umbrella, but it's interesting how we're gonna get to how their stories about their parents. There's always like the closetness, like even their friends haven't come out to them or something like that. It's like, it's interesting to see this big dynamic change within the past 20 years of how many people are coming forward and just admitting to themselves who they are and stuff like that, which is awesome and I love it. Yeah. But it's also scary to think that 20 years ago, it was still shamed. I mean, it's still shamed now, unfortunately. But like back then, it was a big thing that people in high school, if they ever said anything, they'd be tormented and stuff like that. So it's just really cool to be living in a time now where people feel a little more comfortable and are able to express and be themselves in public places. So that's it's a sad story, but it's also a good story. It's a sad beginning, but it's great that your mom has accepted you. And
it's awesome. Definitely nice. Because I can talk to her about girls and relationships now.
Yeah. It's always fun. Well, what about you, Becky? Have you...
I've come out to myself.
All right.
Which is fine. But my parents are super religious. You know my mom and dad. And my dad is super homophobic. Like, hardcore. So it's not something that I have come out to them about. My sister knows. Josh knows. The people who are important in my life right now know. But it's not something that I feel comfortable with telling them. So if they're listening, surprise. But you already got a grandkid, so
yeah, it's all
don't
good.
bother me.
Right? That's what counts.
So, I mean, it's not something that I feel comfortable with doing right now because of their views, and I'm already on their shit list right now, so...
You don't want to add one more.
Yeah, I don't want
to. Another check.
I'll just let it be for now, and then, the reason I live so far away is for that purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Some people you just need to get away from environments that you don't feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
I totally get that. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I left Tucson in the first place. There's just too much negativity going on. I couldn't deal with it. I needed an outlet. So I can totally relate to that. Well, for me, I guess I haven't really come out, I guess. I mean, I talk to my mom about everything. My mom's one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
And she's always talked about, like, if I ever was with a guy or if I was ever with a girl, that it really doesn't matter, just as long as I'm happy. So, I guess me coming out to my mom was more of just us discussing mundane stuff.
Yeah.
I think she's already known. My mom's a really smart woman. Mm-hmm. So I think she just already knew. And, like, our conversations have just continued to remain the same ever since. I did tell her about me being poly, and she hasn't changed the way she looks at me. She and I still talk the exact same.
Yeah.
I think I have the best instance of having to come out in a way or form, because I haven't really had to
come out and actually
like,
feel like, hey, this is
this
me.
is who I am.
Yeah.
So I think it's just been good for me, in all sense of the word. And it's been really interesting because I know a lot of family don't know about me, even though I'm very open about it online. For those who follow me on all of my social media, I have no shame of who I am, and I post it out there all the time. For me, it's because I want other people to feel more comfortable about themselves and feel empowered to be able to talk about things that are socially different, that may not meet the status quo with a lot of people. And I know that it upsets a lot of individuals. They may not say it to my face, but I hear it through other means. Yeah. I know they disagree with my lifestyle, but that's okay, because my lifestyle doesn't impact theirs. Yeah. And that's my biggest statement for any of this is, if our lifestyle has no immediate impact on you, then it shouldn't affect you in a negative way.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to worry about it or anything like that.
Exactly. I don't know, that's just the way that
no, I definitely agree with that. That it should be taken that way of just, if it's not, like, bothering you, like physically or anything like that, then why get bothered with it?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Just leave it alone.
It's like with a bunch of other stuff. I mean, the way that I can relate to it, it's not a really great comparison, but sports. I'm not a sports person. Yeah. I've never been a sports person. Mm. I understand that people love sports. People are crazy about it. Yeah. Woo! People's teams and all that jazz. I can respect someone's passion for it. I don't have to like it. Mm. Yeah. And that's honestly all it is just showing a type of mutual respect for a different type of lifestyle or a different type of subject that you may not agree with. And it's not hard. It's not hard at all.
It's really not. It's like when you were told as a kid, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
Exactly. But now I'm an adult and everyone has fucking opinions. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, but there are some people who are opposite of that.
That is true.
My dad being one of those people. I remember when I lost my virginity, my dad kicked me out for 3 months and didn't talk to me, say a word to me. Wow. I went backpacking from here to Texas in that 3 months' time. And even when I got back, it was still, dead stare, nothing. And that was with just losing my virginity. Someone can, I don't even know how he's going to react when he hears this. He'll probably keel over.
Yeah, and that's good. That's really a shame too. And it's weird. I'm not trying to bash specific religions or anything, but it's weird to me that certain religious folks who have this very closed mindset are typically those people who are angry in that sort of way. Yeah. In the sense of like, oh, you're doing this, it's disrespectful for me, you're disrespecting the entire family, get the hell out of my house type of thing. And I find it interesting that that's the connection between a lot of those stories. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, I mean, my little brother. Mm-hmm.
There's Kenny, we remember you from last week.
We remember you. You still exist. I promise. But, and Kenny's past. Yeah. We can talk about it after, but he's not allowed in my parents' house anymore. And it's all because of my dad's feelings. My mom loves him and will accept him and he can come in. But it's my dad who's very much, no, you've wronged me. You know, I can't accept you for who you are now.
See, and that's such a bizarre way of thinking. I mean, if I was that way with everybody who disappointed me or, like, didn't meet my standards,
yeah,
I wouldn't have any friends.
Well, I saw it as, I reference it a lot to when I've talked to people about my dad. I explain it as, he's in the box. I am outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what I try to explain to him, he doesn't hear me from inside the box. But I can hear him from outside the box.
See, we need to grab the box and throw the box off the cliff. No, I'm joking. Doesn't matter.
But the cats like the box.
The cats do like the box. The cats actually just got a new box because of the Monopoly thing that we got.
Yeah.
So something a little more lighthearted coming off that. My stepbrother recently just got another Monopoly board. Because last week we played the Pokemon Monopoly, which was the Kanto region.
Yeah.
And he just got the Johto region?
Something.
I don't know.
Something
how
that
to Pokemon.
starts with a J.
I'm
not a Pokemon person.
Yeah,
so.
either am I. I enjoyed the first generation, and that was about it.
Yeah.
But no, that was fun. I fucking won that game. It was a really intense 4-player game.
Oh,
You won that game?
I did.
So what was that picture with all the extra way over off in the corner? I thought you lost.
So it got to the point where it was just me, Jazzie, and Jonathan. And Jonathan had 2 properties left. And he had 2 houses on the blue space, because he had the blue spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the red, the pink, and the green spaces, but I had hotels on them all.
Yeah, that was horrible.
So, and Jazzie also had the orange and yellow spaces and also put hotels on them. So the entire right half of the board was just full of hotels.
There was no way to
and
get past them.
he had just a few dollars left and landed on my most expensive property.
Uh-huh.
He brought his hand down and flipped the entire thing and all the cash went all over the place.
Oh my god.
But it's funny
That
because
sounds
it was a total accident.
That sounds like every game of Monopoly in my parents' house.
No,
every single one of them.
And it was funny too, because like, Deanna got scared because she actually thought it was real. But like, Jazzie and I realized that it was just an accident, but it was just funny because it was just...
It flew.
Yeah, it fucking
got
went.
time.
It was awesome. I'm so sad that we didn't record it because it would have been perfect. But, because last week when we were playing it, I remember when I was younger that my uncle got, like, the original Pokemon game. And Jonathan just found it on eBay for $25.
Oh, did he?
So he might pick up that one, because that one is actually really cool, because they have, like, little plastic figurines of, like, Ash and Misty and all of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's, like, actually based on the anime. So we might be able to get that board, and if we get that board, then we just need one more board, and we can do that project that we want to do.
Yes.
Not gonna talk about it too much, but it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be ultimate.
Oh,
Intense.
yeah. It's gonna be really intense. I'm
Yep.
really looking forward to it. But yeah, so this Friday, after we have our meeting, you should probably come over, because we're probably gonna play Monopoly or any other sorted board games.
Yep.
So, really looking forward to that. It's hot in here.
It's pretty
I'm
warm.
getting really hot. It's very, very warm in Arizona. So, unfortunately, last week when we were recording, I had a lot of editing to do because of the fucking fans. So, unfortunately, we had to suffer in this heat.
Woo, heat.
Dude, fucking yesterday it was like 105 in my car.
Was it really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
I was dying. I hated it. I had to go to work and everything, and I was like, no, I don't want to.
Does your car not have AC or something?
No, it does.
Yeah.
But
It
it's so
takes a
fucking hot.
while in Arizona
Yeah,
to
it's
cool down.
Horrible. It takes like 10 minutes for my AC to kick in. I also need to put more of that, like,
Coolant.
Freon.
Oh, yeah, Freon.
that thing in my car, whatever that is.
Yeah, I can't run the AC in my car right now.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Really?
no.
Yeah,
Oh, so
'cause-
both of the cars have no AC? Oh, dude, that's bad.
Yeah, because right now my car's leaking coolant, and whenever I put the AC on, it leaks
shit.
even more.
That sucks.
So I just need to
So is it just a tube, or?
No, it's like an actual like housing thing that
Hmm.
all the hoses are connected to. So I just need to
Replace that?
replace that, and it should be good to go.
Damn. What a bummer. Well, how's your car doing, buddy?
That one you saw out front, it has no AC at all.
Fucking Christ. No one has AC in Arizona.
So I'm just gonna have to suffer for. I mean, I got 40-mile-an-hour AC, if that means anything.
Yeah.
That's all I got, but
That
it works.
Mexican AC.
Oh, yeah. You know how
All
we
the
roll.
windows down.
Do you have AC in your car?
Yes.
Because you're white.
No. I just had
I
to
would
replace
say
a bunch
yes.
of stuff in my car. Friggin' dropped $1,400 to fix everything.
Oh.
Yeah. So don't quit on me, car, please.
You just put so
You've
much into
made
it.
me broke.
It's that Arizona heat, man. It just kills everything.
Yeah, I'm really looking. I really hope this winter is better than last. Because last winter
it
it was
sucked.
nothing.
Yeah.
It was like 85 degrees in January.
Yeah.
Why?
Right. And speaking of summer, I remember there was a video I saw on, I think it was Twitter. It was up in Phoenix, and some dude was at a manhole cover, and I think it was said it was 115, 117 up in Phoenix. He had a thing, had a water bottle. He doused the manhole cover. It totally evaporated.
Oh my god,
What?
that's
No
scary.
wet, nothing. It was completely dry.
That's
disgusting.
crazy.
I was like, oh no.
Well, it's also like those videos of people like baking cookies in their car and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
it's
cooking
just-
an egg.
yeah, I used to do that when I was younger. I used to do that at my nana's house. See, that's sad. Like when the kids like go outside in the hot
They know
sun
it's
and
hot.
make eggs on the asphalt.
I would
It's-
burn ants with the magnifying glass.
That's
in
what I was
summer.
thinking. I didn't even do
Dude, I feel
ants.
bad,
Paper.
man.
And
I didn't
paper.
do ants. I just
I burned myself.
I just
with
burned
one
the
by
grass.
accident.
Oh, God,
So there'd be
really?
like
Magnifying
burn
glass.
marks.
I don't think I ever did that with ants. I used to put like red ants and black ants together.
Oh
I was
really?
that kid.
I'm allergic to
Equality.
ants, so.
You're allergic to ants? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. One time my brother pushed me in on a red ant hill. You know, the big red ant hills? And they crawled up my legs, and I had a rash from my feet all the way up to my thigh, just from ant bites, but they looked like hives. They were really
Ooh.
bad.
I can't. Ugh.
Yeah, it was bad.
You know, there was a bunch of ant hives and ant like
Mounds.
mounds,
Hills.
whatever those things in Australia, and I was like freaking out because I'm like, there's a fuck ton of ants here. Like,
Do you know what I think of, like, ant hills in Australia? Frickin' Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
The crystal skull.
And all of those frickin' ants.
Does anyone else remember
That's
that
like
movie?
my worst nightmare.
I watched that movie not so long ago, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's
a
it's
weird
not-
movie
it's
to
not
watch randomly.
Horrible,
But it's not good.
No.
but it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not something I would watch again.
Yeah, it's rough because man, you can totally see like the effects, how bad they are. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, that was a AAA movie. I don't know how that was a AAA movie. I'm glad that
Because
we.
it had the Indiana Jones name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
it.
Yeah, damn it, Harrison Ford. Well, he's supposed to reprise his role, right? Doing one more movie. He's literally killing
I
off
don't
every
know.
character that he was in a franchise of.
Yeah. They're
That
like
seems
letting
about
him
right.
slowly die off.
Yeah. Damn.
That's a
Good
way to
actor,
go, though.
Yeah, I guess so. You just come full circle around your entire career. 'Cause then you just bank on everything.
Yeah.
Do you think he's
Damn.
gonna get stabbed by a snake instead? A lightsaber?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. All you see is just a snake go. "Pting." Oh man, that would suck if that's how Indy goes. He has to die though, right? I don't know. I just like when characters die.
It's interesting.
Unless it's Game of Thrones, then everyone just dies and it's like doesn't matter.
It's like, whoa,
They
someone
tell you
lived.
going
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
They go in telling you, don't like any characters.
That's true. They kill off all of my favorite characters in bogus ways too. But every horrible character survives, and it's like, all right,
Sounds
sure,
about right.
George R.R. Martin.
It's like, way to go.
Bastard. No, but I'm excited because we're gonna be doing a lot more board games.
I love board games.
Yeah, we love board games. They play board games like every week.
I'm terrible at board games.
We
You
do.
should, you should come over.
I'm
on
terrible in
Friday.
a sense. My sister has this game, and it's called Spy. And
Is
you
it
get
the-
the card, and one person's the spy, and everyone has to guess who the spy is.
Oh, that sounds like
I'm
a
that
very,
sounds like
like-
that Spyfall game they used to play on the phone. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm a very guilt-ridden person, so it was so funny playing with
He's
them.
like, I'm not the spy. I'm the spy.
Wait, let me tell you the story. So I'm playing with my best friend, my brothers, my sisters, my mom, and they're all like really good at this game, and I'm already out the gate accusing people. You're the spy. You're the spy. But in that game, everyone as a group has to decide who the spy is. Anyway, I was terrible. I was like, my mom, you're the spy. You're the spy. You're the spy. You're the spy. And everyone's like, you need to stop playing. But then it got to my turn, and I was the spy. and everyone's really quiet, and they're trying to figure out who the spy is, and I'm like looking around, I'm like, I'm the spy, I'm the spy!
You just let them know, you're like, I did it. There's a lot of fun games like that. We just picked up a new one where it's like Cannibal Dinner or something.
I don't know. It's like
It's-
Wild.
It's like Wild West meets that wolf game. What's it called?
Wolf game.
Werewolf.
Werewolf.
You ever played Werewolf?
I don't
You've never
even
played
know.
Werewolf?
I
No.
don't even know what that
No.
is.
Yeah.
It's like essentially, like, depending on how many people you have, say you have like 8 people. One person is the werewolf, and then one person is like the town, like, councilman, sheriff, whatever.
So like Clue, but with wolves.
Yes, but not as fun.
That almost
I
sounds
would
like,
say terrorist town. Is
Yeah,
that
kind of.
like that.
Yeah,
So where
kind of.
you have
And
like,
it's like
one terrorist, and then everyone
Yeah.
has to figure out who the terrorist is.
Yeah, and
It's
then
like
it's
that,
like-
but with cannibals.
But yeah, no, it's essentially. I mean, there's a lot of games that are like that. There's like a ton of board games that are like that. So we just have to get enough people to play because we were trying to play when it was just us 3. But you need like bare minimum like 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you definitely need more people for some of the games.
Yeah.
But
So we'll definitely.
Well, let me and Courtney know, because we love board games.
Yeah. Well, Friday we're doing as my brother says, a creative. What do you say? Like a creative council meeting or something like that.
Oh. I won't be present.
something
Council
like that.
meeting sounds too official.
Hold on,
Someone's
no.
there with a gavel.
creative mind.
There you go.
meeting.
Creative minds meeting. That's what it was. Because we're just gonna go to dinner and just talk about a few things that we want to like start doing or things that we've wanted to do for a very long time. So this being one of them, since we essentially revamped the podcast and actually have people in here and talking, which is a lot easier than doing it remotely. So thank you, Becky, for coming twice. And
You're welcome. I enjoy it.
Woo!
I have a voice for radio.
this is true. She has a very nice voice, very very soothing voice.
So this is turning into some ASMR stuff. Huh?
Very much so.
Speaking of ASMR, I got into a binge of that at 3 in the morning
And what?
in ASMR, but more specifically when people eat. You like exactly kind of like that. Like I don't know why it was gross but intriguing.
Ew.
Like when someone like is eating sashimi, it was just I don't know why I was like this is weird, but it sounds
sushi
good.
sounds bomb. Huh, that's interesting. I can see that though. Like if you have someone just like munching on like chips.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Or,
actually.
like drinking a soda and they're like,
The crunch.
Oh.
What about a Rice Krispie treat?
There's a lot of
No.
things that people eat out there though. Like they've had.
Is that gonna have a decent
I
crunch?
don't know if
to
it's
it?
gonna give you a crunch that you're looking for. Oh god.
Oh, look at that!
Mm. I can just. I'm gonna like play that when I.
Yeah, goosebumps. Ew. Ew.
Which sounded
Well, I mean,
way
that's-
worse than the headphones.
Well, I mean, that's basically what ASMR is for, though, right? To give you those,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
goosebumps
What's it? It's
and
a
shit.
audio sensory
Look it up. You keep
Something,
talking.
something resonance, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm the type of person I can't
get too bored.
I can't listen to that kind of stuff, and I also can't listen to certain podcasts or audiobooks when people don't soften their S's the right way. It's that letter S that just ugh. It's
Like-
icky for me.
Like okay,
It's-
so give
you know,
give
certain
us a-
people-
If they do, like, a harsh, like,
yeah, an
S.
S.
Silence. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
like
I
a
see what you mean. Yeah.
you know, and they're not softened or they don't have like a cover for their mic. It just ugh.
Yeah, it's awkward.
It's instantly like nails on a chalkboard to me.
It's autonomous sensory meridian response.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so it's literally, I think it's a specific thing in your something. It's something in your ear. It like triggers something in your brain where you're like, this feels
It
amazing.
puts endorphins
yeah,
off.
that's what it is.
Yeah. They
I haven't found anything that's really like that. I guess maybe rain is probably the only thing,
Yeah.
because I guess that's technically ASMR.
Like static noise, really.
Not necessarily static,
White
though.
noise.
White noise pisses me off.
Oh.
It
I'm
really
like
pisses
a
me off.
rain or a thunder
like-
person, and
Yeah.
that's what is
Like,
very
what is white
soothing to me.
noise?
Well, white noise is like, okay, like remember like static on
Yeah, it's like
TV?
shh,
Like,
like
you
that.
remember like when broadcasts would end and it's just like, shh, that's
Yeah.
white noise,
Oh.
essentially.
Or like
That's
when you
horrible.
when you
Yeah, I
pushed
hate it.
when you pushed stop on your VCR.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. God, that's so weird that we're so past that now. It makes
What's
it
a VCR?
Yeah,
guys?
I have a story about that. And
about a VCR.
Yeah, or because it was one of those. It was that old joke. Would you prefer CDs or tapes? You know that whole joke.
Yes.
Like,
Okay. Continue.
it was that, and then someone was like doing it because I was part of a group chat, and then they said, "What do you like, CDs or tapes?" And 2 people in there said, "What's a CD or a tape?" And I'm going, "All right, what?" And then someone just went, "I just grew a white beard, and I feel bad about myself." It's like,
I'm gonna tell you a true fact. This week, I shall not lie, I watched the Goofy movie on VHS at my grandparents' house.
Such a good movie.
Love it.
Great soundtrack, great animation, great voice actors. 10 out of 10.
I love
What
it.
were we watching when I freaked out? Because one of the characters is the voice actor for Max.
Static Shock.
That's what it was!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because so last week I was talking about it. DC Universe launched. For those who don't know, it's a paid subscription service to watch and read anything DC oriented. So they have movies, comic books, TV shows, all the like. And I remembered because we watched like the superhero friends of like the classic Batman and Robin. Totally forgot Casey Kasem used to voice Robin in that show. Because like I was listening to it and I was like, is this fucking Casey Kasem?
He also used to voice Shaggy and Scooby.
They do both?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And he was on several of the episodes as Casey Kasem.
10 out of 10. I miss that guy's voice. That guy had like the best voice ever.
I own those Scooby-Doos on VHS too. Come to my house for a movie marathon.
Party at fucking Becky's house. Goddamn.
VHS party.
Be like, alright guys, we're done with this movie. Rewind the tape.
Speaking of Scooby-Doo, have you seen Mystery Incorporated?
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I love that one.
Really
it's like
good.
the adult version of Scooby-Doo.
I don't like
it's
the
very
animation.
Dark.
The animation's really weird, but I do like the story and the characters and the voice acting.
It's super deep.
Yeah, it's really good. If you guys haven't yet,
Dark.
Mystery Incorporated, go watch it.
It's on Amazon.
What is that on?
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon, but it should be on Cartoon Network.
It was on Netflix for a while. That's where I found it. It's just like an adult version of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
very
good.
dark, deals with witchcraft and all that kind of stuff.
It's the one that they had a crossover with for
Supernatural.
That's what it was.
Okay.
End that show, for the love of God. 14 seasons is too long for a goddamn show.
I have not seen an episode.
The first 3 are good.
The first 3.
Obviously good enough for 14
episodes.
seasons,
The first 3
though.
seasons.
I mean, like, I liked season 1 a lot. I when it first came out, I watched it every single Tuesday, because it used to come out on Tuesday at the time. Which was a long time ago. It had to be a long time ago, because that was when I was in the apartment complex. Wow. So that was like, how old am I? 24? That's like 12 years ago.
Wow. So you were watching that as a little kid?
Yeah. Because all I had was like 4 channels at the time.
Oh, public TV?
Yeah. Dude, that's when UPN was a thing.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's when original Power Rangers was a thing.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
On WB.
Mighty Morphin, man.
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin was the
OG.
shit. It wasn't on WB. It was on fucking Fox Kids.
It was on WB too?
When?
After a while?
No.
Yeah.
It was on WB.
Was it really?
Watch
Yeah.
it.
I used to watch it on Fox Kids in the morning.
Yeah.
It was on channel 11 and then 58, I think.
58. Yeah, 58 was
Yeah.
the WB channel, and then turned to the CW because they bought out UPN. Doesn't sound cool.
It doesn't.
What, CW?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
It just sounds weird to me. I don't know, because I
Maybe,
used to watch on Fox Kids. I used to watch Power Rangers in the morning. So at 6 o'clock it'd be Power Rangers. At 6:30 it would be Batman Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
No, I take that back because that was on WB Kids. Kids WB.
Kids WB.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it was Kids WB. So it had to be that. Huh.
Yeah, because at I think it was like 10 a.m. it switched to some weird kid nature thingy mabobber.
All the nature stuff.
Yeah.
Broadcast TV used to be weird.
Yeah.
Like the time slots and everything, just bizarre. Because I remember if I stayed home, then I'd eventually see Maury on
Yeah.
fucking Warner Brothers.
That was so awesome to watch, though.
That's how you know, like, you're a kid who was just home from school, is because you'd watch Maury, or fucking,
Yeah.
what's the other one? Dr. Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Good time.
I definitely watched Maury all the time.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, I know what time it is.
I wonder what do kids do now when you stay home? I guess it's just YouTube, right?
Yeah, just YouTube.
Just watch old
YouTube.
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
They don't understand. They don't understand the generation that knows Maury. And that's sad.
Or Captain Planet.
Fuck yeah, man. Captain Planet was the shit. Fucking love Captain Planet. Where you have those, like, PSAs at the end of every episode.
Yeah. Remember, kids.
Always recycle. Save the rainforest.
Look how that's going.
Yeah. I mean, we tried. Listen, we had the DARE program, okay? They tried.
I think they just need to
remember that.
reboot Captain Planet.
I
What?
wonder how that would go as a reboot, though.
Well, they would
'Cause
more
they'll probably-
modernize it.
Oh yeah, they
for
can
sure.
modernize it.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like it'd be too political.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
everything's
the problem
too
with it.
political
Yeah,
now.
I mean, it's true, but
Speaking of reboots, you know they're gonna redo Gremlins.
why? It's
Yeah.
a good movie. The
I'm
first one,
okay
not the
with that
second one.
not being
Well,
remade.
that's what they're going off. It's gonna be a reboot of they're going back to what the first one was supposed to be like.
See, that's annoying though, and dude, Predator did horrible at the box office.
Did it
You see?
really?
Dude, it got like $20 million opening
Oh
weekend,
my god.
Wow.
and I think
I
the budget
heard-
was like 100.
I heard it was more laughable than
And that
serious.
sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks because like the entire Predator series, for the most part,
For the
has
most
been
part.
very serious and
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I don't watch scary movies too often.
it's not even scary though. It's
I
more
don't-
suspenseful.
I don't like thrillers either.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Love yourself.
That's how I felt when I went to go see Slenderman with a bunch of friends.
Well, how was that?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
That's
Because
good.
when I went in just like, yeah, let's just Hollywood jump on another trend that died. So many
That
years
died
ago.
like 5 years ago.
Yeah, but
For
the way
real.
I mean, yeah, there were some plot holes in it, like is anything with like a creepypasta or whatever else you want to call it. But it wasn't bad.
Hmm.
It kept you interested at certain ends. You're just like, oh my god, but that's about it. It was decent.
Yeah, I'll watch it when it comes out on VHS or something. I don't know, like if it
When
came,
it-
if it came
Hold
out
on,
like 5 years
hold
ago,
on,
then it would have been
hold
fine.
on. When it
Rewind.
comes out on VHS,
Oh,
You'll be waiting a while.
I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's funny. When it comes out digitally.
You're gonna put it on the TV and use VHS to record
Yes.
it.
someone's there with a camcorder, just like.
I've got some empty tapes on that shelf.
Hey, I have a VHS like right over here on the corner over there, so it's all good. We have the technology; it does exist. But yeah, no, I don't know. Just it sucks because I'm getting tired of these reboots that are based on the previous movies that pretend they don't exist. Like it makes no sense to me. Good example: the new Ghostbusters movie. I wanted to like it. I really did.
I couldn't.
That movie sucks. There are some great jokes. Some.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But everything else is just really rough to watch because they tried too much to make it its own thing, but still referencing the
It's
past
like,
movies
yeah.
and characters. Like, it's just really weird for me when things do that because they're trying to bake on something. They're trying to bake on nostalgia,
Yeah.
which doesn't always work.
I like the new Ghostbusters movie for the only fact that I love Kate McKinnon.
Oh,
I
she's
have
so
a
good.
super-
She's the best part of that movie.
I have a super lady crush on her.
She's hot.
Mm.
That's all you have to say.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Like, that's why I was super disappointed with Predator coming out, because it's like, that's all we're really going to get now from big
Yeah.
studios. Like, big studios are only going to be doing reboots.
It's like they ran out of ideas.
Yeah, which sucks. And I know part of it is a business decision saying that, like, reboots do better in theaters than, like brand new IPs or anything like that,
Mhm.
because you're already banking on people who know of the series and stuff like that. But it's like, some movies that are independent, they fucking explode in theaters because they're good movies. It's like, if you have a good script, people are going to go watch it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
for
biggest
sure.
thing. So it's really frustrating to just have all these studios do the exact same thing. And like at this point, I'm getting tired of fucking superheroes movies, man. Like, give me another action flick. Fucking that new Dwayne Johnson film.
Oh, that one with the tower thing?
Skyscraper.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Was
Was
It
it?
was a
it?
great action flick, which I had no idea I'd have so much fun in it. It's a dude jumping into a skyscraper. That's the entire concept. It's
Really?
fucking great.
It's just him jumping into a
Yeah,
skyscraper.
exactly. Well, I mean, that's the majority of the movie, but it's a lot of fun. It's engaging. It's like, if you have something interesting
Yeah.
and you get people talking about it, people are going to watch your movie. Come on, fucking Hollywood, get your
That's
shit
why I'm
together.
still kind of mixed with when they brought back Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
I understand they're probably going to continue where they left off, but I still don't know how.
But
I
it
feel about
ended in a way that they didn't need to continue it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had another season, but they didn't have the budget for it.
Well, they had this. Well, didn't they put the last season on Netflix? Because it ends with Yoda like walking away from not the Jedi Temple. It ends with him walking away and going to Dagobah. Like, that's the way that last season ends.
I don't know, because the way how they presented it, it was when, it was, the way how it said it was left off, it was when, I don't see, that's why I'm getting confused with
It's so long ago?
It was so long ago, because I think it left off with Ahsoka coming back after she left.
Well, that's the way that the promos are, though. So I don't understand if it's supposed to be before the last season. So is it like a gap between the final season and then the previous season, or?
Yeah, maybe. All I know is it's like the anime. I'm kind of like I miss the old animation for it.
I love that old animation.
And then I just don't know how I feel about that clone Rambo that they have.
Well, this is the thing that's frustrating me with Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars to death. I don't want to like it anymore. Like, it doesn't seem interesting to me anymore. Like, it goes back to the sequel thing that they're just banking on things that people liked before. It's nothing new. They're just continuing something else, and it's, I don't know, I guess I'm at that point where I'm just getting bored at trying to find something that I like, and I just want to make stuff that I want to watch at this point.
Yeah, at this point I'm watching like foreign films.
Yeah, because it's fun, right?
Yeah.
I watch a ton of independent stuff,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I love natural disaster movies.
2012? I almost said 2012.
I was gonna say something like
Twister's a great film.
Twister and The Day After Tomorrow.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's Jake
Jake
Gyllenhaal and
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Thanks.
Yeah.
Dennis
Quaid. I like those
that's a good
movies.
movie.
I also really like the Lego movies they've been putting out.
I do. I don't know, I do. I guess. I have nothing else. Like, yeah, I guess I like
But I guess
like they're funny.
It's because I got a kid, you know?
Oh,
But
yeah,
it's
you
like-
have all that stuff.
It's
going on.
enjoyable for me to... for
That
her to
stuff.
have
What is your favorite child's show?
Oh, dear God. I
Yeah,
don't...
she can't choose. She has so many.
Oh, so many. I just love them all. Do you know what I used to like as a kid? Roly Poliolis.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And,
Roly-poly, yeah.
Out of the Box.
Out of the box.
Those are good.
Those
Fuck
I wish
yeah.
were now.
Fuck it. Actually,
And she was watching
I was
those.
curious because I was curious as to what those two people did for a living. The girl is actually a chef now.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And the guy is still a percussionist out in LA. He lives like 2 blocks away from where I used to live.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I was just curious to see what they were up to, and they're still doing stuff, so good on them.
Well, you know that Blue's Clues guy? Everyone
Steve?
thought he died.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not
Yeah,
dead.
he's not dead.
That,
The
or
only
he
re-
died, or that
He
he went
left
to jail.
because-
He left because he was balding.
He was balding, and
Yeah.
he didn't want people to remember
He didn't want to
him
scare
as
the
being
kids
bald.
or anything like that, yeah.
He's also all tatted up stuff, too. That's why he has
Yeah.
the long sleeves and everything.
He's got like kind of a hipster vibe.
Yeah,
going
he's
on
total
right now.
hipster,
Yeah.
man. He's completely bald, glasses and everything with like
Yeah.
a fucking... I'm sure you guys can find a picture of him. Just look
Turtle,
at... Just,
turtleneck with a blazer on.
what a badass. No, but I fucking love Roly Poly, man.
Yeah.
That was a fun show.
Hey,
That and
Disney, bring that back so that I don't have to watch all the other crap
yeah,
on
reboot
TV.
that one.
Please.
That one or
Dear
PB&J
God, please.
Otter. That was fun.
Ooh,
too.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
That was
I
good.
like that shit too. What was that? That was on...
I think it was on Nick.
Yeah, Nick Jr.
PB&J Otter.
Yeah, I think it was... Yeah, because they had the same animation style as Rocket Power.
That was a good
Yeah.
thing too. Rocket Power.
My favorite episode of Rocket Power is when they meet Tony Hawk and they like go skating in this crazy ass skate park and it's all neon and junk. It's my favorite episode. I miss cartoons. Cartoons are fun, man. I still watch some cartoons. I
think the last one I watched was Johnny Bravo.
Oh,
Like, recently, I don't know why I wanted to watch
I
it.
like that show because it's to me I thought it was ahead of its time and
Yeah.
seeing how fucked up society is of like how
Yeah.
men treat women. Like it's actually a pretty morally good show.
Yeah.
There's also
Yeah.
like a bunch of like, you know, theories around Johnny Bravo
Said the
and
same
that
thing about
show
Ed, Ed and Eddie, too.
predicting
Yeah.
the future and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I've
Bunch of
seen that.
conspiracy theories around it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. Yeah, if you guys are a conspiracy theorist person who like loves that type of stuff, look up Johnny Bravo, look up Ed, Ed and Eddie, look up Courage the Calorie Dog, look up SpongeBob, like Rugrats. Yeah, it's like
Dexter's Lab had a couple.
yeah, I know.
Did
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
Yeah.
Dexter did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's just interesting where people's imaginations go because it's like I mean it makes sense because you're making yourself think that it makes sense because it's like things fit too well. What happened to the desk? Why is the desk still alive?
Love conspiracy theories.
Oh.
Love it.
What?
Nothing. No, it's all good. It's all good. Are you guys fans of candles? Like, is that a thing that you guys like?
I like candles.
I've never been a huge candle
I'm more
person.
on the aromatherapy side now.
In what sense?
Like, I strayed away from candles.
Okay.
And then now, like, the mist thing.
The mist thing.
So like
Yeah, the
oils
aromatherapy
and
oils.
stuff.
Oh, stuff like
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I was
It's
just
nice.
curious. Yeah.
They smell nice.
I've never been into candles, but I'm like, lately I've just been like all about
Yeah.
candles. I don't know why.
Just lighting them up.
Yeah, just give me that flame.
Some pumpkin ones.
No!
Ooh.
Pumpkin spice.
Dude,
Not
I
pumpkin
get out.
spice.
I fucking
I hate
when I was
pumpkin spice.
I've never in my life have heard of pumpkin soup before. Ever. Have you guys heard of pumpkin soup?
I've
Yeah, I've
somewhat,
heard of it, yeah.
Have you guys had pumpkin soup?
No.
It's fucking good. Yeah, like it's crazy good. I've never had it before I went to Australia, and I guess it's a huge thing in Australia. So
I can see that. It's Australia.
yeah, and so like Lauren's aunt made us like I guess our homemade recipe, and it's fucking delicious. Like I can
Wow.
eat that thing all day long. She sent me the recipe, so I'm really looking forward to this holiday season, so I can have some pumpkin soup
Pumpkin soup.
and pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin
Give me
pie.
whipped cream, just a dollop.
A dollop, just half the pie.
Exactly.
If you don't have
You
whipped
put
cream,
the pumpkin slice in your
yeah,
Cool
in
Whip
the,
thing.
yeah, in the actual whip. That's the way that you eat pumpkin pie. What's your guys' favorite pie?
Ooh.
I love
Cream
apple.
God damn it.
Yes. Someone had to say it. That's all I was thinking with the pumpkin pie.
I don't. With me, my kind of like head-to-head contenders are apple and pecan.
I love apple.
Pecan's good.
Does cheesecake count?
No, that's a cake.
No,
Not a pie.
I don't. I
It's a
find
cake.
it. I
It's
find
a
it.
cake.
I
It's a
find
cake.
it more of a pie than I do a cake.
It says cake
Yeah.
in the name.
So
It's not cheese pie.
I don't.
Well,
I don't
there's
find it
As
technically
long
a
as
thing.
we don't go into.
There is something called cheese pie, though. I
Is
think.
it? I've never had it.
Yeah.
Is it real cheese? Or like
Yeah,
Cream
it's
cheese.
like got real cheese in it.
Actually, it
and
might be
stuff like
because
that.
honestly, before I started dating Lauren, I didn't know that meat pies were like a huge thing.
really?
Yeah, like for the longest time, I didn't know that.
We
Like,
call them pot pies.
right? No, yeah, like I've had chicken pot pie, but like that never clicked with me.
I'll do that one. Chicken pot pie.
All right, that's fair. No, my favorite pie is a pineapple pie. Fucking best.
Pineapple pie.
It's fucking good, man. My mom makes it for me every year for my birthday.
My mom makes something called dump cake, where it's like
Oh, it's that thing where it's
cherries
like-
and pineapple,
Yeah.
and then cake mix on top, but it's not like.
Oh, it's like
Cake.
a pineapple upside down.
But they don't
Cake.
mix the cake mix.
Right,
It's
it's
literally
just-
the cake mix,
Yeah.
and then they top it with butter, and then they put it in the oven. Oh, it's so good.
That sounds weird.
Wait,
But I don't
what?
eat. Really, you
I know why
you've
they
never
call it
had
I'm
it?
with you too.
Okay,
it just
so,
sounds weird.
like,
She puts a can of chunky pineapples,
Uh-huh.
and then tomato, or not tomatoes, but cherries.
I was like,
Sorry.
wow, this pine's gonna get
Pineapple
crazy.
tomatoes.
Cherries, like canned cherries, and then on top she puts a yellow cake mix. She sprinkles it on top, and then tops that with butter, like cubes of butter.
Okay.
So-
And then
so
bakes
it's just
it.
a powder.
Yeah,
Oh.
then.
but
So-
I normally eat just the top off.
Maybe that's why you think it's good. So wait, what kind of thing does she bake it in? Like, what is there a specific?
It's just
container,
like
or?
regular cake pan.
13x9
Okay.
dish.
Oh, that's
You
weird.
serve it with a spoon
Hmm.
because it's not like held together by anything.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
because
I'm
it's
not a huge
powdered
user.
cake mix.
Yeah, no, that's
just
just like
topped with butter
But-
and baked.
It turns to cake because of all the liquid in the
I feel like
cake.
there's something wrong there.
There's not. I'll make it for you.
Right.
Before I leave, I'll make
yes,
it for you.
yes, we got it. We got it.
Okay.
We have to do a picnic thing. Picnic thing?
A picnic thing? People still picnic?
Not a pic. I mean, we did
In
Lauren-
Arizona?
Lauren and I- yeah,
Picnic
fuck
in
that. Not
Arizona?
Fuck that. What'd you say?
You're doing a
No,
potluck.
there you go. That's the word I wanted. Fucking potluck. Well, we'll have to do that sometime. That way we could just, I don't know, just hang out and junk.
I have to do it before I go. Going away party.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yay.
Not here, because there's no space here.
We're down at my grandma's. You don't have to travel 30 minutes, but
Where she live? Don't say that. Well, we'll
Don't
figure
say
it out.
far,
Far
far away.
Super, super far.
They don't have a grocery store there.
Oh,
Oh my god, what?
wow. Okay, that's far.
That's sad. That makes me sad.
They have to travel into town every time they have to
That's rough. I don't think I can live
Grocery
like
shopping.
that.
It's funny though, because like there's some places that are pretty far out to where they don't have a grocery store, but they have a freaking Dollar General.
General, yeah.
They have one of those.
You see?
Oh, and then literally a building and then a Family Dollar.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, out by my parents' house, they just built a Dollar General.
did they really?
Yeah. So now there's gas stations
Well, yeah, I was
and
gonna
Dollar
say, now
General.
they have gas station, Quiznos, and Dollar General.
Let me see. I live so far out of town that you can actually see the stars.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah.
kind of cool. You can
Yeah.
technically see the stars over here because in our backyard there's like hardly any lights, so it's like
The other day, I have to say, in my 27 years of life, I saw my first shooting star.
Wait,
And I was
what?
wow,
Your
They
first
exist.
one?
wow, really? In 27 years?
Yeah.
Dude, you're only
Because
27.
I've lived in big cities.
You're younger than my girlfriend.
Okay?
That's weird. No, it's just weird to me. I think it's weird to me just because ever since I was younger, like I always just thought you were much older than I was.
No.
Didn't realize that you're really not that much
I'm
older.
not that much older.
Yeah, I know. This is weird.
Which is weird because I get that a lot.
It's like, how dare you,
Stop
people?
being old.
My body
Damn.
doesn't match my voice.
That is very true. That is very true. I don't know if any of our voices match our age.
I don't think so.
Ooh.
How old do you guys think Buddy is?
That's a good
Well,
question.
around your age.
Well,
Okay, without being smart about it, just like face value.
I
instinct.
can't not be smart
I'd be
about
like-
it.
Okay, well, I mean, you can for a
25,
second.
26.
You look so offended.
no, because like that's not usually what I get, but that's fine.
What about you, Becky? What do you think he is?
Well, my sister's 24. so I
Okay,
guess
stop
around
thinking
there.
people. Just based on his look and his voice. What do you
24!
got? Okay.
I always
You're
guess
close.
lower.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell you were going. I'm 23.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I think if I looked at you, probably... I don't know. I think I'd probably choose upper 20s. You just have the face of an upper
I've got,
20-year-old.
like, a lot of responsibility. So I just seem a lot older.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hashtag adulting.
Yeah, right?
It's true, though.
Jesse's kind of hard to pinpoint, though.
I'm not even.
Because
gonna
you could pass for, like, a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
You totally could.
Yeah, I could. I mean, I get ID'd for cigarettes all the time.
See, there you go. But because you're a year older than I am, so you're 25?
I am 26.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be 27 in February.
I'm almost 30.
Oh,
Don't remind me of that.
Just kidding.
you're almost...
I was telling someone the other day, I said, I'm like an old soul, so my body's just catching up to my old soul.
I used to think I was an old soul, but it's like...
I never
I don't
thought of
think-
you as an old soul.
I mean, I love a lot of older stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, I'm obsessed with, like, the Rat Pack and stuff like that.
I
and that
think
era of
we
things, but
truly started being friends when you mentioned that your
that-
mom loved Xanadu.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a really
great
good movie.
I was listening to the soundtrack in the car before I came in. I love that movie.
Have you guys ever seen Xanadu?
No? No?
Really?
Dun, dun,
I actually
dun,
think
dun.
you would like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like-
it's a musical drama cartoon.
Roller
You got
derby.
me.
Yeah,
I was like, you got me on the musical
yeah.
part
It was-
right
No, it's
there.
really good.
It's a movie that was not popular
Duh.
when it came out, and it actually gained popularity probably in the late 90s.
Yeah. Like
It
once.
started becoming real popular.
Yeah.
If
Absolutely.
you love Olivia Newton-John, that's your film. And I love that movie over, like, Grease.
Yeah. I personally don't, but I can understand why you do. I mean, it's still a good movie.
It's a really
For
good
me,
movie.
like, they're on par. I'm sorry. You're so offended by
I
that.
felt so offended.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, but to be fair, my status is like I put High School Musical in the same thing as Grease, so it's like
True. True.
Huh.
Ew.
they're the same thing.
For the mere fact it's a musical?
No, for the
No.
fact that it's a
'Cause we're
high
all in
school
this together,
romance
that's
musical.
why.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
I'm
kind
not
of
gonna
the
lie, I
same
used to
thing.
love High School
I love High
Musical.
School Musical. I have no fucking shame, dude. I will sing every song from High School Musical 1, 2, and 3. There's no shame.
I love High School Musical when I was a kid. Remember when Disney had that big competition of where you can have, like, the cast and crew have a party with them during the show or whatever?
Yeah.
I
Oh, that was
entered
you
that
entered it?
contest and I got second place.
Hey!
It was not
Why
that
didn't you
great
go
of a
first?
prize.
Oh. Whatever.
The first prize was you got to go out to California
Yeah, and do it.
and, like, watch the movie with them. And the second prize is they sent you like this big party pack so you can have your own party at your place. And I won that.
So
You
got
have a party?
Nope.
What was my invite?
I was gonna say, so you got sent the pity party.
yeah, essentially.
You did
It's like you
win.
were almost invited. Have you ever had to uninvite someone from a party?
I have to say, this is probably the most depressing thing I'm about to say.
Ooh,
I
I've
invite
never been to a
a
party.
lot of people to parties that I have, and no one shows up.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ouch. See, I feel you on that because the problem with a lot of stuff that I do is I have to invite 20 people for 10 people to show up.
Yeah, I invite a lot of people,
You
and
fucking
no one
flakers.
shows up.
How dare you?
I'm going to take reference to my 26th birthday party. All of you people who I invited, you all suck.
Boom.
You will never attend another party of mine.
It's on record now.
Yeah, it's like,
There'll be
So
a
you
bouncer
guys
and everything.
suck.
Just like, nah, you ain't done the
yeah, it's
list.
like, nah, fuck you, you ain't here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
And I'll
You.
just be like,
Trial and error. Of
I didn't show up
invites.
the last time. I'm not showing up
I'm not
this
showing up this
time.
time. No, I mean, like, honestly, I feel like that's one of the things that kind of irritates me about at least people our age, is I feel like a lot of people don't prioritize certain things.
hmm
Like, if I invite someone over, like, a week before, and you cancel the day of,
Salty.
I'm not bitter.
Ooh.
like, that's not cool. Like, you
Yeah.
knew a week in advance that something was happening. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that flakes out.
I
Day
hate
of.
flakes.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's like, that's why I love Buddy, because
Ooh.
anytime I ask Buddy to do something, he's like, I got you. And he's there like 10 minutes early. It's like, we need a buddy. Everyone needs a buddy in their life.
No.
Get it?
I mean, I'm only ever gonna do it if it's like an actual emergency.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, dude. Like, and like you very rarely, like back out of stuff. I think the only thing that you've had to do was like we were going to plan lunch, but that was like a last minute thing,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh no, I got something else to do, and that I totally understand because if it's a last minute thing, then it's whatever. But it's like if you're planning something, just attend. Like, don't flake, man. Like, if you're gonna tell me if you're telling me you're gonna be there, I'm expecting your ass to be there.
You are preaching to the choir right now.
Yeah.
This is something I've had to deal with this
Amen.
last week. And
Whoa.
it angers me too when, like, I'm already a busy person. Like, I have a kid full time, so that's fun. I've got a job full time, and
That's
I'm going to school full time. So if I'm putting any of those 3 things on hold to attend something that you've put on, and I show up, and then you decide you're not going to show
Yeah.
up, oh, I'm pissed.
Yeah, it's like, all right, asshole. I've
I
set
am
my schedule
pissed.
away for you, and then now you're not paying me that respect. Now, I mean, that's one of the things that I'm trying to make sure for what we do this year for Extra Life is making sure that we actually do get a head count. That way, I know how many people are going to be there, what's going to happen, and all that junk.
I'm going to start fining people for missing things.
She's going to have a list. She's going to be the fucking character from Billy Madison who just has a list on her wall.
Yes.
It's like, this motherfucker
I'm
didn't
like-
attend my 26.
I'm a super nice person, you know, and I go the extra mile to attend people's events, you know?
Yeah.
But to not show up for me, that's very hurtful for
Yeah.
me.
No, it sucks too, because it's like...
I've recently had to unfriend someone I've been friends with for 10 plus years.
Ooh.
In this last week.
Hey man, I get
Wow.
that though. It's like, if you can't show me just that little bit of respect, it's like, then what kind of effort am I going to put into that relationship?
Definitely.
Exactly.
I
Definitely.
totally get that.
Yeah, if like you're gonna be putting in effort and stuff like that, and they're not gonna reciprocate that,
Yeah.
then why continue doing it?
I mean, it's part of the reason why I'm at your house all the time.
Yeah.
Because, like, for Jonathan, he's my best friend, and it's like, he does a lot of stuff for me, and it's like, I'm going to go out of my way to do stuff for him because I need to show him that appreciation.
Yeah.
And it's like that with all my friends. Like, if you guys are doing stuff for me, then I want to showcase that I appreciate you because I know that I'm busy, but I'm going to make time for certain people.
Yeah.
I have a small friend list for that particular reason.
I have a lot of friends.
I've got
At least I hope I have a lot of friends.
you only think you,
know
have a lot
yeah.
of friends.
They're listening. They're
Right
listening,
now,
they're
I'm
like, "Oh,
talking
what the
shit
fuck is
about you in my
exactly.
head.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, this motherfucker. Like, who the fuck do you think he is? No, but it's, I don't know. That's why I'm hoping, well, I know this year's going to be pretty crazy for Extra Life, just because we have so many people who are already invested from last year, but
Nice.
there's just going to be a lot more things happening this year, and I'm really looking forward to that. I actually have to talk to you about something after this, regarding that. Ooh, yeah, you are in trouble. No, but for those who don't know, every year we do hold the 24-hour live stream for charity. All of the proceeds that we make go straight to Tucson Medical Center, which is our local Miracle Network Center, or Miracle Network Hospital here in Tucson, Arizona. So if you guys want to help out, we'll be talking about it as the weeks come up to November 10th. November 10th is going to be the 24-hour live stream. So if you guys want to tune in for that, please do. There's going to be more information on the website as well as all of our social media platforms. So keep an ear out for that. That's that little plug.
Hey.
Sell out.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Plug it in,
One day.
plug it in.
Listen, if we could ever get a sponsor for the show, that'd be dope.
That'd be
That would
great.
be real cool.
You hear that? If y'all want some advertising space,
Sponsor.
hit your bro up.
Sponsor.
We need to get like Harry's or like Dollar Shave Club.
Ooh, Oreos.
yeah. Wait, what is it? Oh, wait, who owns Oreos? Is it
Nabisco.
Nabisco? I don't think they're ever gonna sponsor us. I don't think we can bounce on that. What would that be like? Oreos. Yeah, just be like, have you ever felt like you needed a cookie with 2 different types of sellers?
5 minutes of you
Welcome
just
to the new America.
Oreos.
It would just be their new flavor.
Yeah, it'd just be an ASMR thing. It'd just me just munching onto it.
Doing it for 5 minutes.
Be like,
in
this
the
is what
podcast.
banana Oreo tastes like.
No, it would be.
It's just like
It would be the. It would be the dunkers and the non-dunkers.
Yeah,
That's what it will
yeah.
be.
Are you guys a dunker?
Oh,
Who's
I'm a dunker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn
that
right.
sounds so wrong, but yeah.
You're not a dunker. Okay. He's like, I don't want to be a dunker, but I am one.
Dunking it all the time.
But do you dunk it with your fingers or do you use a fork?
Use a
Use the
fork.
fingers.
Yeah. Oh. All right. So this is the fork side. That's the finger side.
I think.
Well, when I saw the fork,
I think we've reached a fork in the road.
Damn it.
But when I saw things like, "Hey, use a fork for your Oreos," I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool," but I'm too lazy. So.
You're too lazy to grab a
Real.
But you're gonna go grab a glass of milk anyway.
That's
Grab the
true, but
fork
I don't
while
think
you're
about,
over there.
But here's the thing:
That's
when you're
one less dish you have to wash.
Exactly, but also too, when you're thinking of cookies, you just think, okay, the thing itself, and then a glass of milk. I don't think a fork is in that process.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do because I'm just like I just don't want to put my fingers in milk. I don't know. I'm just don't.
I
want
eat
to.
enough Oreos to store the fork in the Oreo container
Oh
for
my
next
God.
time.
Oh my god!
All right, that's a whole nother
I
level.
used to be like that when I was younger. I can't do that anymore, and I don't know what it is, but I just don't want to eat as much as I used to.
Mhm.
And that's weird for me because I eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I haven't had an Oreo in like a year.
I have Oreos in the back.
No,
Whoa.
don't
All
tempt
you see
me.
is a dust trail.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. I've been very good. Since moving
Are you
back,
just- are you-
I've lost like 25 pounds.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no
Yeah,
joke.
you're
Just
good.
eating healthy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else on a health kick?
Nope.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
I'm trying.
I mean, I still enjoy really bad food.
Yeah, I mean it's all in moderation.
Yeah,
Honestly,
okay.
like my thing now is once a month I'm allowed a pizza day, and I'm also allowed a fast food day. Like those are my two things. So, but unfortunately, I doubled down like hardcore when we fucking went to Hooters because I had pizza in the morning, I had pizza during lunch, then I had wings at night, and then the following day I had fast food.
Just
My
having all the
guilty
vices,
pleasure is garlic bread.
Ooh,
I will toast
you-
a full thing of garlic
So
bread
good.
and eat it.
so good. Do you make it at home?
I made it at
Homemade
home.
garlic bread is the
Ooh,
bomb.
when I have spaghetti, because then I just top the spaghetti on top with a slice of American
it like
cheese. Ooh,
Fuck, I haven't had dinner yet, man.
Okay, now I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving now.
I had that last night for dinner.
Bastard.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Bloody Bunch podcast. I want to thank Becky, Jazzie, and Buddy for coming in on this episode. If you guys like this episode, please follow us on Apple Podcasts or check out the website for more updates of more projects that we're going to be doing in the future. Do you guys want to plug in any of your social media stuff for people who are curious and want to follow you?
No.
All right.
Nah, fam, I'm good.
Very good. Very good. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week for another podcast. So, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.